So the reason ethanol is bad for small engines is because it's hydroscopic, which means it absorbs moisture. So as it sits in the tank, it will draw moisture out of the air and into the fuel. So now you have water in your fuel, which for the most part it isn't bad in fuel injected, but in carbureted engines that fuel sits in the bowl, and with the water in contact with all the aluminum parts in there, it starts to corrode the aluminum parts inside the carburetor. So then you have issues with gummed up needles and things like that. So that's why most small engines manufacturers will tell you not to use ethanol fuel, and definitely not to use more than 10% ethanol, because it will damage the carburetor. And it's not only that, but the corrosion from the water, but sometimes the ethanol itself can be very corrosive on the aluminum components inside. So that is why I'm draining out all the ethanol fuel, and I'm going to run seafoam in there to hopefully clean it up a little bit in there, because when he did start it and run it for me when I purchased this generator, he had a little paper clip in there to hold the choke just a little bit pulled open to richen it up so it'll stay running. So I'm guessing that there's already a little bit of damage from the ethanol in the fuel. So we'll run some seafoam in there, see if that cleans it up. If that does not, then likely I will have to open up the carburetor and clean the parts up a little bit and put it back together. I don't know if I can find a new carburetor for this, but I should be able to clean it up, because it's not terrible. I've seen worse, and I've been able to clean up worse.